Ahoy, friends. It's me, Dave Landau. After a long night on stage, I like to kick back with a captain's hat and a fine cigar and watch the Dennis and Andy show. These guys are huge nerds, but they're the kind that you actually want to hang out with. Enjoy them. I do.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the Dennis and Andy Show. We're glad you're joining us today. We are back. We were not here last week. It's because Dennis was out of town, and it's kind of good. Heroes Con was this past weekend here in Charlotte. I had a great time, and I had to get ready for that as well. That noise was Dennis. He does not know how to silence his phone after I don't know how many episodes. Dennis.
You know why everybody's already laughing? Because it's usually your phone going off and me saying it. So, I guess it does happen both ways.
Dennis, like your favorite toy at home, my phone is on vibrate.
Oh, I'm so glad to be back. I had an absolutely wonderful trip. We had a wedding up in Rockford, Illinois, so we drove straight through and then back. And then we got back and we'll talk about it later. But we had our Joan Jett, Poison, Motley Crue, and Def Leppard concert last night. So this boy is tired, but boy was I excited for the show today. So I'm going to make it through the show before I pass out.
Oh,
Don't you dare...
By the way, AJ
you're never getting sleeves.
You're never getting sleeves. Let's say hi to some people here. Val, hello. Nomad Damon, blah, 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 hello. Hail to you as well. Pastmaster Dan, hello. Rancid Potato, hello. George, hello. Hello to all you people. Jeremy Burtz. We don't want to keep our guests waiting because we do have a guest today.
Yes, we do have one question. Will we discuss Kenobi? We have a great guest. He's got about 30 minutes of time, so we want to bring him on right now. And then we will talk Kenobi after our esteemed guest leaves.
That's right. So we're going to be talking to the creator of Groken, Kenneth Rocafort. Kenneth, welcome to the show.
Hi, hello. Thank you for the invitation. Hello, Andy.
Oh, thank you, man. I really
Dennis.
appreciate it. We talked a little bit before the stream started, and I think I mentioned I remember your work on Hunter Killers. Right. Is it Killer? Hunter Killer, yeah.
Hunter Killers.
For Top Cow. That's where I first saw your work, and I was like,
yes,
wow,
I started number 9. Issue number 9 with Smart
yeah.
Way.
And what I said I had on my shelf, I have the Cyberforce Hunter Killer trade paperback on my shelf.
Oh, that's awesome.
Did. So, your work, man, I tell you, it's just so, from an artist standpoint, it's just so unique. And it was like this breath of fresh air when you came onto the scene, because it was, you could see some influences, but overall, you're just one of those really, in my mind, original creators where you're like, wow, this dude is like, this is his first work, and it's like he's fully formed.
Yeah, that was a really interesting point, because when I started in the Top Cow, I was expected they tell me, hey, you need to modify your style to be like the brand or follow Marcel Brestry and mold me in that way. But they tell me, no, continue your way, and we are happy with your style and your panel layout. And I say, okay, thank you. For me, it was a little pressure because I don't know how the spectator going to take it. But at the beginning was a little impact, but then people recognized me for the style.
No, I'm so glad that you didn't change up or anything, because that stuff, like I said, it's just a very unique style. And like you said, your panel layouts definitely aren't traditional, and it just works with the way you design a page as a whole. you really look at it I mean, I think all artists, pencilers when they're, when they're creating or designing their page, I know I do. I think of it as a whole, but I'm definitely more traditional when it comes to uh, the panel, not layout, because I'm not a fan of
Yeah.
doing 6 panel grids and things like that. I like to vary things up, but I do like to keep things in more of just the rectangle type shapes and just play with those shapes. Whereas you're just, playing with all different types
Yeah.
of
So
shapes for the borders.
yeah, sometimes I play different way to put the pages and return to my beginnings. But it's like all the time experimental.
Hmm.
I don't attach only in one way, and this is good for the evolution in the pages.
Who were some of your, so, well, real quick, Hunter Killers, your first work for Top Cow. How
Yes.
long ago was that now? I'm trying to think.
Oh, good question.
15, 20 years, or is that too
Yeah,
far back?
kind of 15 years, a little more.
Okay. So, who were some of your artistic influences? Because I assume, like, were you a comic book fan, growing up, I assume, or?
Um, yes, well, in comics was when I was in high school. I still I, like uh, like comics, but from the beginning, from my young age, I like draw monster, robots, stuff, then superheroes. But I have too much magazine from Europeans,
Hmm.
like heavy metal, the other names, I forget right now. But yes, different kind of magazines. Not only
Right.
comic books, illustration, a lot of illustrations. I collect stamps, a
Yeah.
lot of things that I think I absorb and then I put in the pages of comics.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. So you're kind of Kenneth, your origin story. So you took some influences. Um, Tell us how you actually got into comics. How did you make your way into Hunter Killer?
Um, okay, before that, I work in ComX Comics in the UK for, from my house in Puerto Rico. But
Hmm.
I work in that company designing character, concept design, lot of works out of the company, but through the company. I worked for Disney in that time.
Oh,
Lot of also marketing works. Um, Toy box for GI Joe. For I did a lot of things.
sure, sure.
Uh, but in comics, I work also in Pulpo from the Enterprise guys. I did a comic really. I never received a pay. Was Cadre. This super I don't too much proud of that project. The first thing you do. I was studying that moment, and I did
Right.
for because a friend who going to be want to be a writer and says, "Hey, Kenneth, you want to draw it?" And I did 2 issues, never pay. Well, that thing that's are the beginnings of comic book artists, right? No, not all
That,
good experience, but I really enjoy and have the exposure.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think the professional in US was the for Victory. I did a cover for Victory number
Oh,
two,
cool.
excellent.
and before that I won a competition in Wizard World in Wizard Magazine, a few competitions.
Oh, okay.
I was 17 years old when I won my first competition in the Wizard Magazine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So then, how did Top Cow come about? Did they find you, or did you send stuff to them? Because I know they do talent
Well,
searches every now and then.
yes, they did a talent search, but I go directly with the one of the editor, and I
Hmm.
show my portfolio. And what's funny thing, they when Sylvester know that, he say, "Well, that's perfect because we trying to search and find Kenneth, and he's knocking the door." And it was easy enter to the company.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I didn't start doing background. No, I going directly to the comics.
Right. What's this say? I was 17 years old when I traveled to America. Oh, that's cool. Just looking at the chat here. Okay, cool. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say we should let's pull up Groken, and then you can tell us how this all came about, and then we'll jump into your number 2. So, how did you come up with the idea of Groken?
I had a lot of different ideas, and I decided to resume that story. I think it's a sci-fi fantasy, like they say.
Okay.
Cool. So we're looking at the campaign for 2. I did back 1. I believe the guy sitting next to me missed it.
Yeah, so... I read Andy's. I loved it. I didn't see it until after it was closed, so I'll be getting... I'm glad you have the bundle where you actually have 1 and 2.
Oh, yeah. There you go. So you can catch up.
I will catch up because I did read Andy's and I loved it.
So, dude, I gotta first hat off. Congratulations. You are just crushing this campaign so far. I think it's been, not even a full 2 weeks yet. And you will definitely hit 6 figures. That's for sure.
Finger crossed.
Oh, I think you have 47 days. I think you'll definitely do it. I mean,
I don't dream too much.
Well, it is a beautiful looking book. I mean, like I said, I've been a fan of your art since Hunter Killers, and then, I got Superman when you did it. How did you enjoy working on Superman when you got that gig?
Well, that's what my first title I touched in DC Comics was the action comic.
Mm-hmm.
And then Superman with his logo. And what fantastic! And that moment was different than now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, yes. It's iconic. I think for the artist to touch that character is really high. Because it's the first person character that you know around the world, every people.
Right. I have a question about your technique. When you, before color, do you pencil and ink your stuff, or is it just pencil?
Pencil sometimes, because I never had an inker. When I had to do inks were easy inks.
Okay. Yeah, because I try to look at people's art that I enjoy and really look at it, and at times I was looking at some of the stuff and I was like, this looks just like he's using a really nice fine mechanical pencil, and then maybe darkening it after he scans it in, and then it goes to the colorist. But then there's times when I see you post sketches online on Facebook and stuff where I'm like, oh yeah, you can see with the tools that you've shown that you were doing some inking and stuff as well.
Yeah. I like also the colors.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing. I mean, when it comes to Groken, you're just a one-man machine. If I remember correctly, are you doing the lettering as well?
In Groken, yes.
So you're it, man. You're the writer, the artist, the colorist, and the letterer.
Yes.
Nice.
That is...
It's a lot of things. Take time, and you can do two at the same time. It's like a stop, to the next, stop, the next.
All right, hold on. Somebody, let's see. Someone's picking up the stream through their microphone. It probably is on us. I mean, I get it, guys. There might be a slight echo. Obviously, we can't really put headphones in over here because we'd be really close with one big headphone. And that's weird. I mean, Dennis and I will watch a movie with headphones, and we'll share a headphone and eat popcorn together and stuff. But, nobody can see that while we're on a stream. That would just look weird if we were doing that. And, I mean, we're tight and all, but come on now. So don't worry. It's fine. You guys are with us. Don't you fret any. All right, let's go through Groken. Let's go through the campaign.
Yes,
we got basic. Go ahead.
No. Sorry.
No, you can go ahead and explain it. Like, if you want to explain the story where like one left off, or where two picks
No,
up?
that's really difficult to tell what happened in each issue.
That's fine.
That's cool.
Groken,
Well, let's just scroll down then and take a look at.
Let's look at it.
At the because you got some nice artwork that's pinned up there. So we'll just scroll down and take a look for everybody can see. Some of the guys I know on our channel are already backers of yours, and I know we've got some new people that have not. So yeah.
All right, so we got, guys, if you missed Groken 1, I got to say you got to get 1 and 2, and I would get the sketchbook as well. If you're a fan of Kenneth's art, you'll definitely want to get the sketchbook. Myself being an artist, whenever, I told Kenneth before the show, whenever anybody throws down a sketchbook on their campaign, I'm like, and they got me. Because I just...
I did a lot of sketches around years, but this sketchbook, they are new.
Oh,
you
cool.
never see. It's not a compilation of all sketches. It's only for the book.
And how many pages is the sketchbook going to be?
It's like 36 at the moment.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Oh, so you might add to it?
Sorry.
Are you thinking of doing more pages, or are you set at just 36?
Well, it depends on time.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Well, 36 is a good amount. So the first tier is obviously basically the catch-up, where you get book 1, book 2, and the sketchbook. That's a great deal. And then, of course, you go down and get cover A. Kenneth, forgive me, I read Groken a while ago, and I read a lot of stuff. What is her name?
Sorry. Stella.
One more time?
Stella Griffin.
Beautiful.
Stella.
She is, dude. I gotta. Your character designs are just, once again, very. They're just so unique. You know, you've built this world.
Thank you.
And in the world that you've built, you've created all these really nice individual characters, obviously with their own looks, but just the designs and the detail that you put into the little parts of, like, you know, say the boots and things like that. It's really, in my mind, just well thought out.
And it's very detailed. That's just it. It's well thought out, but it's very detailed. And, I mean, it just shows. I mean, it's great. I did want to touch on the stretch goals. At 50,000, it said you had the tracker trading card. That's already on order, so that's unlocked. At 75,000, you hit the Salvatore trading card. That one's unlocked. And you're about 9,000 away, and then it says every backer will get an exclusive sticker. So we're really close to getting the sticker unlocked, everybody.
Yep. I need to work on the sticker, do the art for the trading cards. When I'm going to finish those, I'm going to show the updates.
Oh, sure.
Yes, I didn't set full color the sketchbook.
Oh,
it's
it is.
Not black and white. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. And you said all the stuff in the sketchbook is new. Is it all Groken related, or is it just
not exactly?
Just
It's
everything.
more the style.
Okay.
Very cool. Is the sketchbook the same size as the comic, you know, or as the book, same dimensions? You know what I mean?
No, it's smaller. I think put the original.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, I see it. 5.5 by 7.75. Very cool.
Yes.
Let's see. 1, 2. This is just such a gorgeous image. It gives me, I get kind of a Bill Sienkiewicz feel from it, and the colors that you used and the way you did it. Do you see that as well, or?
Can you repeat the question? I have no problem with that.
Oh, no problem. I see kind of a Bill Sienkiewicz.
Oh,
vibe
yes.
to the
I
way you
love
did it.
the patterns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
Very
those
cool.
words. Trajectory.
Now, I know for the book itself, you're doing all the coloring, I assume, in Photoshop, correct? The colors.
The colors, yes, but the line is digital studio paint.
Oh, so you're not working on traditional paper and stuff for the book?
Only the covers.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, is this the first project you've done that with, or were you doing that when you were doing
I
stuff?
started with the minis in 2020 and 12. No.
Oh, wow.
2020.
Do you find it speeds you up doing it that way? It's faster? No?
Take more time for the editing is better.
Oh, well, yeah, I agree with that. I kind of work both. I'll draw stuff on the computer, but then I'll print it out on Bristol board to do the inking. Let me see here. Let's see. See, I don't think this is going to work, but I'll try it. Turn echo cancellation on off in the studio. Click on cam mic settings too. Fine. I'll try it, but I'm pretty sure I already have that done, but let's see. Yeah, I have echo cancellation turned off already. So.
Okay.
Yeah, turn it on.
No, he said off. I thought. Let me see. Select audio. Enable. Oh, check the box. All right, let me try it. Because I want you guys to have the best experience. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
So, okay, I did that.
Yes.
So let's see if that works. Sorry, guys. What do we got here? You are $95 away from 92,000. That is awesome. Wait. Hold on. Let me refresh the screen.
92K.
Oh.
Say.
Come on.
Hi, everyone in chat. Thank you for your support.
Oh, it still hasn't refreshed it all the way up to that, but I'll take their word for it. Well, that's awesome.
Yep, sometimes it's slow on this end.
So I'm going to say, is this all you're currently working on? I assume all your focus is on Groken right now?
I was finishing some commission stuff. I went to the table to going focus on Groken.
Oh, very cool. Hopefully that won't screw up. I hit a refresh button on the wrong page. Oh no, can't. Hold on here.
Well, I know I've left a link in the description. So those of you that are on there now, I know we'll pop it in the chat here, but by the end of the stream. But also at the bottom, for anybody who's watching this later, we have a link to Kenneth's comic book right down there. So you'll just be able to click on it and go right to the Indiegogo campaign page. And yeah, it is 91,905 right now.
Very good. Nice.
Beautiful. Awesome.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So, guys, if you guys haven't, take a chance and flip through it at your leisure. Take a look. He's got many different tiers, some nice options. The artwork is fantastic. The first story was really fun. And definitely worth a look. And probably, for a lot of you, I know you're probably going to back this.
All right, Kenneth. So, real quick, what's a typical work day like in the life of Kenneth Rocafort?
Well, I usually wake up at 5 a.m. I'm going to the table to draw. My production time is in the morning and late night.
Really? So you get up at 5 a.m., huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's dedication.
That is. Now, hold on. You say, I got to ask this because I've said that before. Now, I mean, my alarm goes off at 5:30, but I don't go right to the board. You get up at 5. Realistically, what time? Your alarm goes off at 5. What time do you think it is when you're at your desk?
Well, really, I go directly to the table to draw.
So 5:01, Andy.
So alarm goes off at 5. Kenneth's like,
open the door. Yeah.
Wow. You skip breakfast. You're like, I don't need no breakfast.
Yes. I skip breakfast.
Do you listen to music or anything when you work, or do you work at like John Byrne? I know works in complete silence. He doesn't have a TV on. He doesn't have a radio on. How about you?
Depends what time of work I'm doing. If it's inking, it's no problem with music. if I going to create, I prefer the silent.
Okay. I totally understand that. When I'm inking, it's definitely a lot easier, so I can have music on. I can even have a TV on when I'm inking, but when I'm penciling, I can't have any other visuals because it's too distracting. So I have to just keep it to
lyric.
Yeah.
Music without lyric when I'm doing script or whatever.
There you go. And then last but not least, and we'll let you go because I know you're busy and all. What does Kenneth like to do for fun when he's not doing comics?
Ooh.
Go out. No.
Are you a movie guy? Are you do you like going to movies or
I like more the nature.
Nature? Yeah.
Go to the coast, whatever.
That's cool. That's cool.
I
Do you
have
have any
opportunity.
pets?
No, I don't know. I
No
wish.
pets.
All right. My kind of guy.
Oh, shut up. You
Well,
have fish.
I like animals.
I do not have a pet.
You have fish.
My wife does.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, awesome.
All right, Kenneth.
Kenneth, I know you're strapped for time, so guys, stick with us. We're going to continue talking. Kenneth, it was really great having you on the show. Everybody back Groken too. We can't wait for it. And good luck. Hopefully you're going to hit 100,000 really soon.
I know you will. I say by the time you're at 35 days left, because right now it's 47. So I'll say 35 days left. You'll be at six figures. That's my prediction. So we'll see.
We'll see.
All right, Kenneth, brother, I really appreciate you coming on and spending a little bit of time with us. Get back to it. I'm looking forward to it, and I'll catch you on Twitter and stuff.
Okay. Take care.
Thanks, Kenneth.
Bye, Kenneth.
Bye-bye. Well, there you go, Mr. Kenneth Rocafort. It was hard to do chats at the same time, guys, so sorry if I missed any. Now, the good part is, now that you don't have to worry about an echo. Damn it, you still do.
And you guys asked, we don't hear an echo on this end.
No.
So, I did see some
Whoa.
of those.
All right, Mott. Well, actually, you can do it.
No, because I'm not getting it.
You're not getting it?
That's on yours.
Oh, man, somebody that's a moderator on my YouTube stream, I guess, dumped these guys out. That is ridiculous. I cannot have porn bots on my stream. Come on. I already went over Tales of Heroes Con. If you want to know that, there's a video on my channel you can check out for my Heroes Con tales. I will say I had an issue yesterday. I've mentioned before, I work up above my garage in my office. So obviously I have stairs I have to take down to go outside and then into the house. What do we got here? Let's see this. I'm mostly old school comic art fan, but this is good looking stuff.
I agree.
Dude, I wasn't kidding when I said Kenneth is really a unique visionary artist. I mean, look, I've got no problem with people looking at my work and going, oh, I can see you like this artist and you like this artist and so on. I mean, almost everybody, I think, on the professionals, you can kind of look at our work and kind of trace back the roots of the artists that inspired us and like. Kenneth's stuff is very unique.
Good luck tracing that.
And I mean, I'm sure you could. He did say he was influenced by some European artists. Obviously, I'm not as well versed in European artists. I know some and I have some, but it's just great looking stuff. Oh, what is going on with this?
Well, we did pin, just for those of you who are new to the channel, we did pin up on top where you can subscribe. So make sure you hit the subscription button. We're trying something different. We're simulcasting to both Andy's channel and the DNA channel. So this is kind of a test run for something. So for those of you who aren't part of the DNA family, just click on it and then join it for future, because we do have exclusive content on each other's channel.
That's right. So anyhow, going down my stairs.
Oh, yeah.
I'm walking down the steps. I've got about 10 steps when I open up my door to go down. And then there's a small landing. And then there's like 4 steps. And then, I'm in my garage. Open up the door. I'm standing at the top of my steps. I look down. I'm like, Well, that just looks like a snake crawling up my floor and wall on the landing. And it was about a 3-foot snake. 3-foot snake. If it was totally stretched out, and it was half on the floor and half crawling up my wall. I am not a snake expert. In one way I am.
He is. So we just finished our live stream with Andy, and all of a sudden I started getting, my phone started ringing, and it was a voice chat from Andy, and I'm like, he never calls me on that. I'm like, yeah, what's up? He goes, you know anything about snakes? I'm like, a little bit. What about poisonous snakes? Ooh, why do you ask? He got his camera on there. Oh yeah, he's showing me the snake. And it was a big, long, solid black snake. So I hop on the North Carolina snake identification site and find out that there is indeed a pit viper that is poisonous here, that is long and black. So I'm like, does it have a triangular head? And he's like, it does. I'm like, then it could be poisonous, because that was one of them.
So then what I did was I called 311 and I pressed the button for animal control, and somebody picked up, and I said, I seem to have a snake here that I need to get rid of. What's he saying here? Bro, got to get out. Oh yeah. No, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
So I said, well, I got a snake. And, I explained to him at the landing at the bottom of the steps in my garage, I need it taken care of. And they're like, so it's not in the house? I'm like, no, it's not in the house. It's in my garage at the bottom of the stairs. I work upstairs. It's bottom of the stairs in my garage. And my garage is not attached to the house. And they're like, oh, we can't send anybody out unless it's in the house. And I'm like, well, what the hell am I supposed to do? And they're like, well, we'll transfer you over to wildlife in game. Okay. So I'm on hold with those schmoes for about 15 minutes as I'm sitting at the top of my stairs, just looking at the snake, kind of just slithering around a little bit. It's not really moving much. And I'm like, well, this is ridiculous. So I admit, I went and I Googled the local number for my fire department. I did not call 911. It is not a 911 situation. I called the local 7-digit phone number, or 10-digit with the area code for my fire station that's right up the road. And the woman said, I mean, we don't usually come out for that, but let me ask and I'll let you know. So she put me on hold. She came back. She said, yeah, the guys are going to come out. And I said, I literally asked her, I go, whoa. They're not going to be coming out blazing sirens, are they? Because I don't need sirens blazing in my neighborhood for this. And she's like, no, they're not going to be doing that. And I'm like, okay. So I told her to tell the guys to come in through the fence, and then on the garage, they'll see a door, open the door, just come in. Why didn't I shoot it? I'm not that good a shot, dude. We're talking a snake that is maybe, it was 3 feet, but it was maybe that big around.
It's like shooting womp rats. You should have been able to do that.
I'm like 10 feet away from this thing. I couldn't shoot the snake. Get out of here. All right, Randy backed it. Nice. I don't know if you still have it up to refresh.
Yep.
But
all right, Randy.
So yeah, so I couldn't shoot the damn snake. Are you kidding me? So I called the fire department and I said, come in the garage door on the side of the garage, and I'll hear you. So I heard the door open, and they're like, fire department. I was like, over here, come over here, and they came over, and I said it slithered behind this box that was on the landing, and the guy has some big gloves on, and he pulls the box back and he sees it, and he said it was just a rat snake. So it's not poisonous. So now I know what a rat snake looks like. It's not venomous, not poisonous. He just grabbed it by its neck, went in real fast, pinched it by its neck, grabbed its body, took it out, and they're like, well, what do you want us to do with it? And I'm like, I mean, I don't really care. I just don't want it. So they're like, well, do you want us to take it to the street, throw it in your yard? I said, I tell you what, because rat snakes are good for obviously rats, but also cockroaches and things like that, bugs, they're fine. So I said, throw it in the back corner of my yard where I won't, it'll just probably go under the fence or something. So the dude walks to the back. I don't know if I told you this.
Yeah.
The dude walks to the back corner of my yard and he throws it over the fence into my neighbor's yard. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's cool. I mean, I didn't say anything to him. Like, well, I didn't want you to throw it my neighbor's yard, because I didn't, but he did. He just chucked it right over the fence into my neighbor's yard. So that was that's what I dealt with. Kevin says, by the time someone came for Andy, he and the snake had bonded. Soon to be a future guest. You know,
we did watch Conan the Barbarian, so we do know what can happen.
That would have been a great idea to have the snake on as a guest.
So FYI, Groken 2 is at $91,985, so $15 away from $92,000.
$15
so we got a couple
away.
Of backers
Let's get
from our show, guys.
Hey, Kenneth, glad you're still watching. Yes, you're only $15 away. Let's get it up there. I am going to have to check out. Dennis is going to tell a story. I am going to see.
So you guys are always, before we get into Obi-Wan Kenobi, we are going to, you guys, we talk football a little bit, but you guys always wonder, for those of you who don't know, I'm a Green Bay Packers shareholder because we're the only professional football team that gets to do that, right? So this just came into the mail, and I'm going to hold it right up, hopefully.
Nobody cares about this.
Oh, yeah, they do.
No,
they do, especially when the NFL season comes. So we got our shareholder meeting. So, of course, I won't be able to make it because it's in July. I won't be back up in Wisconsin. But we actually get to sit here, and this is our voting. So we actually get to vote. So we get to vote for a number of different things with our professional football team.
Hold on, let me
do
get a
the
pen.
Dallas Cowboys do that?
I'm just going to fill this out for you.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Are you going to put Andy Smith?
No, I'm just going to fill it out. Please indicate if you plan to attend the annual meeting. Yes. See, this is what kills me. He's a huge Packer fan his whole life. He'll drive up for some dumb wedding that no relatives are in, but he won't make the drive.
Oh, what do you mean no relatives? My son was in it.
He wasn't the one getting married.
What? That's your thing? Wow. Apparently Andy only goes to weddings, everybody, if he's standing up in the wedding, getting married as the groom. So he's been to one wedding in his life. I'm asking Helen that tonight.
You feel free. But
I will.
He won't. I told him. I said, Dennis, that's 4 tickets, right?
Yeah, I can bring people.
Let's go. Road trip.
Road trip? You want to go?
I'll go.
Yeah. Yeah, then you can see what real football royalty is.
You want to make a road trip up? We can drive one day, attend it, drive back the next. 3 days.
Wow.
3 days.
This is Green Bay, okay.
3 days. I'm telling you.
18 hours. We can do this.
I say we make it. Hey, if we leave.
It's 5 days.
If we leave.
Oh, we got to go, Pack, go. So anyway, I just want you guys to know, see? Shareholders, we do get a voice in the Packers.
I'm just saying.
Now the shares aren't worth money. No. Dallas Cowboys don't get to do this. Your only voice is to scream at the TV. Oh no, another losing season.
Look at that. We could pick up AJ on the way. Past Matt. Look at that. We could make it. We could leave.
We could rent a bus.
We could leave at 4.
Let's rent a bus.
We could leave at 4 a.m. And you said it's 18 hours, right?
Hold on.
18 hours. That means we'd be in at the latest by midnight.
Yep, let me just make sure. 4, admit 1, 2, 3. I got 4 passes here.
4 passes,
and
baby.
And I get them every time that they have their shareholder meetings.
I am a city
So
boy.
if you guys want a road trip to the frozen tundra, that would be fun. And yes, AJ, I would be sleeveless. I would wear a sleeveless Green Bay Packers shirt.
I'm serious. See, you think I'm joking.
I think you are joking.
We can make it 4 days then. 2 days, 5 days. 2 days drive up. 1 day for the Packer thing. 2 days drive back.
That would be doable.
What day of the week? I'm looking at my calendar. Tell them about what we're talking about next.
We are going to be talking here. I'll just give it to you. Obi-Wan Kenobi. We did get caught up. I got back. So we got caught up with the old man, Obi-Wan Kenobi, watched the finale. Time Traveler's Wife, and there's one that just escaped. Oh, The Boys.
AJ is serious too.
Ooh,
he's serious.
Well, we might have to look at this.
It's a Friday, so we'd leave on a Wednesday night. No need to leave Wednesday morning. Wednesday night leave. Get there sometime Thursday, so it's not a full 5 days. Do it Friday, leave Saturday, and get back
because
sometime
if you
Sunday.
were going to go, then you might as well do the full-blown Lambeau Field tour, the Hall of Fame tour.
How much do these things cost?
Oh, there's some money involved with that.
Then you're paying for them.
Wow.
No,
Come
because
on,
I
cheapskate. I am getting you into a place of royalty for free.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'll do all that stuff. I'm wearing my Dallas colors to that thing.
You do that. You
I will
absolutely do that.
I will walk into that thing sporting Dallas colors going, let's get this vote going down.
They're like, oh, there's your +1, huh? Yep, you're gone.
I don't think so. Andy, go watch the Titans cheerleader for the Panthers. Oh, trans. No, I'm not. I've already seen what the person looks like. I'm sorry, but you got to at least have boobages, and there's not even any boobages on that trans person.
So here's what we're doing.
Obi-Wan.
We got to talk Obi-Wan. That was the one thing Andy said. Make sure you watch Obi-Wan so we can talk about the finale. It has been a real mixed bag for me, personally going into it. You can go back and check out some of our earlier ones if you want. Going into this, my expectations were very low.
So here's the thing. I watched the finale. Of course, my daughter was like, you got to watch the finale. You got to watch the finale. I'm like, okay, I'll watch the finale. Well, she made me watch every episode. But the big problem I had was, yes, did we know going into the finale of Obi-Wan that there was going to be a fight between Ben, Obi-Wan and Darth Vader? Of course we did. That's what everybody wanted to see. But here's the thing. We all knew the outcome. Darth isn't going to die. Obi-Wan's not going to die. Obi-Wan's not going to get seriously hurt because then that would have screwed up the New Hope because he's obviously not seriously hurt in the New Hope. There was no consequence to the fight other than it looking cool. Randy Howe, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Obi-Wan can blow me. Oh,
I can see we already got our first vote in on this one.
That's right.
I would be curious. You guys feel free to give us a thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment on what you thought as we kind of dissect this.
Let's see. Oh, wait. What do we got? Boo, I just Googled Kenneth Hunter Killers, and it's written by Mark Waite. Look, I didn't actually get Hunter Killer. I got Cyberforce versus Hunter Killer. And I think, can you read that? Oh, that's also written by Mark Waid. Whatever. The art is gorgeous. The story was good too. I've got Kenneth Superman stuff. I've got something else by him as well in a trade paperback. Anyhow, moving on. There were just no consequences. That was my whole thing with this show is, it's not that you can't do prequels, but the problem is, same with Black Widow. In Black Widow, it took place right after, was it after Civil War or before Civil War?
This is a prequel to it.
Prequel
Black
Civil
Widow,
War.
yes.
Yeah.
Because
Black Widow,
you know she's alive.
Black Widow took place before Civil War. So none of the death-defying stuff she did meant a damn thing because we knew what would happen.
Right. Okay. So the big one which I took away from the moment I saw it. Now the choreography of the fight scene was better than their first meeting. Obviously,
right.
That was fine. I didn't mind that. But get into the nuts and bolts of the story. There's spoilers here. I'm sure you guys have seen it already. So that's your warning. All I can say is, they got into the big fight. Obi-Wan is getting buried. Vader, it was pretty cool, starts burying him under rocks. Throwing the rocks on there, he's completely buried, right? How did he, right?
That's a
whole nother issue.
Whole nother issue because
but
I thought
you're absolutely right.
I thought that too. I was like, what in the hell?
Right. Just to be there in time. Obi's sitting there going, the rocks are piled up on there. He's barely using the force to keep up in there. So the first thing that happens is he sits there and he's either going to get crushed, which we know won't happen.
Right.
Or something he's going to pull on the good side of the dark force. The good side, the light side of the force. So what does he pull from it? You're thinking, I don't know. All the good times of dealing with the Jedi Council, all the training that you went there, Master Qui-Gon, all of these things is what you would expect him to pull from the Force in order to move forward with it, right? No, what does he pull on? A brief picture of Luke, but more importantly, Leia, the 10-year-old that he really just knew from 3 days ago.
Right.
Yes, saw her as a baby, but literally, oh, those are all my good feelings that was just on this terrible adventure where bad things happen, but that's going to be my source of inspiration.
Well, not only that, but, you know, I can suspend disbelief in superhero stuff because they're heroes, they're enhanced, whatever. But he's getting these rocks piled on him, and they're not rocks. They're like mini boulders. I can tell you right now, if I'm on the ground and a cinder block comes down on my leg, it's broken.
We'll test that after we're done.
No, we don't have to test it. I have weak bones. I don't drink enough milk. My calcium is deficient.
See the movie Broken. That's Andy.
That's right. I seriously, crack, there goes my wrist. I'm the only guy. My bones are so weak that when I have Andy time, self-time, I could break a wrist. Right. Just saying.
So to compound it in the same scene, this is why it sucks so bad. Obi-Wan's like, oh, Princess Leia, boom. The problem is Darth Vader leaves him for death. For dead. He's dead. Bullcrap, because he would sense him in the Force. There are so many things Vader would not assume he's dead. Vader suddenly in this series becomes just dumb. He's an idiot. Just like Obi-Wan became a gibbering idiot with Princess Leia.
Well, not only that, but going back to Darth being able to sense that he's not dead, which he would, everybody knows. It's just one of those things, when in an action movie, a guy shoots somebody and it's all like torso or whatever. It's like, well, he's obviously dead. And he walks away and then the guy gets up and somehow still has some fight in him and whatever. It's like, no. You shoot him in the head. Vader, if you want to make sure Obi-Wan's dead, you don't just walk away. You finish the job.
Well, Chris Pratt in The Magnificent Seven, he keeps going, That was a great scene. Here, Reva's been stabbed. The Grand Inquisitor's been stabbed by lightsabers. They all survive, and they're all left for dead. And it's just, again, it's stupid. But now, they think Kenobi's dead, and he walks away. Boom, he explodes, he comes after him, and Vader's like, huh? Do I sense or hear something? And he turns his head, and they go into this fight. Of course, suddenly he becomes Super Jedi, and he's flowing with all of this positive force, and he winds up beating Vader, slashes through the helmet, which was cool because it was very much like Rebels in that scene and stuff like that from Rebels. And that's actually a neat little scene, and where you get James Earl Jones and Christian Hayden's voice over one another. That was well edited. Shouldn't have been there, but still it was well edited. But then here's the big thing. Vader says, no, you don't have to worry. You didn't kill Anakin. I killed Anakin. He was dead. Basically absolving, Obi-Wan of all of the sins of all the issues, right?
Right.
He goes, well, if he's dead then he's truly lost. He turns around and leaves as Vader is laboring, breathing.
Right.
But he's going to stay alive.
Right.
So, as a Jedi, you have no qualms killing any Sith or stuff, but you're going to leave the Sith Lord, no longer Anakin, alive, full well knowing by episode 4, Vader has killed millions of people. So all of those deaths from episodes 3, 4, 5, 6 are all on his head because Obi-Wan chose not to end Vader, a Sith Lord, at that moment. Am I wrong or am I right?
No, you're right.
Therefore, stupid, horrible writing. And what, in my opinion, what happened was these writers said, episode 4 is really a great movie. But I'm so arrogant and better that I know more about and I can improve on it. And I'm going to add all of this stuff into the movie. And he didn't add to the lore. He literally destroyed the lore.
Well, see, I think what they could have done, they could have easily done an Obi-Wan show. Everybody was like, well, I shouldn't say everybody, because when they announced doing an Obi-Wan show, I don't know if it was just assumed by the fans that, oh my God, Darth Vader's going to be in it or not. Because they could have just done an Obi-Wan show that just literally focused on him and what's been going on until A New Hope, and not even shown Darth Vader. Right. And then nobody would have complained because that is stuff that you can't really connect to A New Hope. But as soon as you put Darth Vader in it, you already know what happens because of A New Hope.
Here's what should have happened. So you guys let me know and go through the things and see if anybody's making some comments. But here's my thought. This should have been 2 separate shows. This is what would have been a really cool idea. Darth Vader as a separate show, as he's going through and learning and figuring things out, his personal turmoil of what he did with the younglings, going through there, turning on him, turning on his master Obi-Wan and everything like that, right? What did he say?
He goes, they can't do Obi-Wan show. Obi-Wan is a white man. That's not allowed.
Right? So that would have been an interesting show. And then you could have had a parallel show, Obi-Wan dealing with the exact same emotional issues going through it. So a Darth Vader show and an Obi-Wan show, both going afterwards with their respective stories. That way you're not pulling Leia and Luke into it, because obviously he had one job to do, and that was to protect Luke.
Right.
He failed on that very first episode and gave it up to go across for Leia, which is a complete failure.
You had one job.
Right.
One job.
Correct. So what they should have done is made 2 parallels, and if you ever wanted to, you could maybe have connected them. The problem with that is they were never supposed to meet before A New Hope.
Right.
And the other problem was Princess Leia never was supposed to know Obi-Wan Kenobi. We kind of briefly talked about this, because in A New Hope, he had no idea who she was, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they don't know each other. And yet, here's this big adventure they just have, and she now knows it's not just Ben Kenobi, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi. She knows both names. That utterly destroys canon. So the only way they should have been able to fix it was to mind wipe her, which is really what I thought they were going to do. He would have mind wiped her at the end of the episode.
He could have pulled out one of those Men in Black things and went...
Exactly. That's what he needed to do. You will not remember any of this. Okay, I won't remember any of this. And that's how they could have fixed it that way. Did they? No. So they've now completely altered canon into a completely different thing.
And then at the end, the 10-year-old Princess Leia gets on her little boots and stuff and her holster.
Yeah.
She's got to get her little holster on her. Dad's like, dude, look at the holster. Isn't that nice?
Mom's like, I like it.
Of
course you do. Now, this was a show just to... And then they did talk about... This proves that, Princess Leia wasn't just brought up to be able to lead the Resistance. She was born to lead the Resistance.
Right.
No, it doesn't go there. So anyway, guys, that's my particular rant. This show had some potential.
Well, this is another one too.
And they had some good acting, because Ewan McGregor, I liked his acting.
Val brings up a good point. Why was Reva trying to kill Luke? I don't know. Do you?
No, because she found out information in the archives. The same archives that all the Sith have, that the Jedi had access to. She's the only one who found this connection, had any relation. It makes no sense. Val's absolutely right on that one as well.
Well, because we've talked about it on other streams. I'm not the huge... I've seen all the Star Wars stuff, live action stuff, but I'm not that steeped in the Star Wars lore and history. And I'm looking at this show going, why does she want to kill Luke? I don't understand why she wants to take out little boy Luke. I never got it. It was never explained.
Okay, right. Now that's the other part. Thank you for bringing that up. So Obi-Wan says when she doesn't kill Luke, because remember, she was the youngling, and we figured it was her at the beginning. She was one of the younglings that survived. Right? So the youngling survives. She turns bad because of anger. She's upset because Vader Anakin at that time, freshly minted Lord Vader, walked in and killed all the innocent kids, right? And that's what got her upset.
Right.
So she goes through and is ready to kill an innocent kid who's got nothing to do with it. And she's like, oh, am I becoming him? You have honored the Jedi by not killing the one innocent child that you were going to kill. How in the hell is that honoring the Jedi? This is complete shite.
Right.
Shite!
AJ says she must have thought he was Bail Organa's illegitimate son being protected by Obi-Wan. I have no idea. Does that make sense to you?
I hear there that is really a back way of trying to figure out how she has all this important information and how she figured out things, because obviously Vader didn't figure this out. He had much more personal connection to it. Like I said, this entire show was built around plot armor. It was built around making sure that 10-year-old Princess Leia was better at everything and talking to the adults than what Obi-Wan was. There were so many bad things. Now, there was some good points, so I don't want to say it's all bad, but for the most part. Ewan McGregor, I thought was fantastic. I really wound up liking Owen and Beru. I like their characters. I kind of like where they went with it. Reva was terrible. 10-year-old princess, she was a fine actress, but she was written so poorly. That's too bad. That's a shame. Yeah. Luke had not much of a bearing other than he liked to run off and play with toys, sitting out there and be
like a 10-year-old.
Yeah. Like a 10-year-old.
Randy says maybe that Reva Inquisitor wanted to kill Luke as she knows that Obi-Wan knows him. It was like a revenge on Obi-Wan.
Reva Inquisitor wanted to kill Luke. Maybe. Here's the thing. Reva, if they would have done an entire show on the Inquisitors, because the Inquisitors in the animated series were fantastic. They absolutely were fantastic. And this show, in my book, took the Inquisitors and dropped them many notches. I no longer care about the Inquisitors at all. Reva and the Grand Inquisitor. So, the Grand Inquisitor survived by being stabbed by a lightsaber. How? Well, how does he not know any of this?
Have you seen the meme that shows it's 3 squares and it's the Grand Inquisitor, he gets stabbed and lived. Reva gets stabbed and lived. And then I'm blanking on his character name, but Liam Neeson, his picture, Qui-Gon, it's a picture of him as a ghost. He's like, what the hell?
Right? No, I have not seen that.
I saw that. I was like, that's hysterical.
True. It is absolutely true. Like I said, the Inquisitors should have been an entirely separate thing, and maybe they would have come across something while tracking. All they did was take this mishmash, Obi-Wan, Vader, which all should have been separate, and Reva. Those each by themselves would have been interesting storylines. They did this because they thought they were smarter than George Lucas when he created the original one, and all they did was make a terrible mess out of it. It looked beautiful. I mean, it's not all the CG, but a lot of it looked really nice. The acting for Ewan McGregor was great.
Yeah, I thought Ewan was great.
Liam Neeson was great. I mean, he had his like three or four words in his line.
Yep.
And that was all. Again, a whole issue. All they do was, "Hey, Master, are you there?" And then he's there at the end, and I'm like, put some effort into figuring out why, who, what, where, when, why, how.
Right.
None of it. This show, I'm just telling you right now, my CGC rating.
Is this for the whole show or the episode?
For this episode, because of how badly it destroyed stuff, was a 4. I absolutely hated it because it made no sense and it culminated, and it could have done something good.
Aloha. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little more generous than you. I'm giving it a 5 right down the road in the middle. I do hear they're going to do a second season. Did you see that?
Yes. And it does look like Reva is going to be get a spinoff series.
I saw that too.
I already tell you, it was such a bad character. And again, I'm not saying she's a bad actress. You guys may agree or disagree with me on her. She was good in The Queen's Gambit, and we just saw her. She was just in Ambulance.
She was in Ambulance?
Yeah.
Oh, I got to watch that still.
Yeah. And, but her character was terrible. I have zero desire. And now I don't even care about the Grand Inquisitor. That's how badly they screwed it up. So I will be checking out. I probably won't even watch it when it comes out.
So like Past Master Dan said, 2 snaps down.
And then in the Z formation around the world. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So for the entire series, what a complete waste of time. I mean, I started out all right, and it's been gradually going down. As an entire series, I'm giving this a 4.0 also as the whole series, because this literally was a waste of my time. There wasn't anything that gleamed that was good, that added anything to what we already knew between Rebels, Clone Wars, episodes 3, 4, 5, 6. It did nothing. This was not a good show, and I'm very disappointed. But we call this Disney Star Wars.
That's right, Disney Star Wars. Let's talk about The Boys. The Boys, episode 6. So I think there's only 2 left.
Yeah.
I think it's only 8. So there's only 2 left in The Boys.
Let us talk a bit about The Boys. We need to go out on a positive note.
Yeah, we're going to go out on a high note with The Boys. Oh my God. What's
Homelander,
and what's Jason Eccles' character's name now? I totally blanked. Star Spangled Kid. No, Star Spangled. The Captain America character. What's his freaking name in the show? See? It's not just me.
No, now you.
It's not just me.
Now you got me all rattled because you did it. Started right out. Oh my God! Then we should just table it for another show.
No, we're not going to table it.
Yeah, I just table it because you don't remember anybody's name.
Star Spangled Kid.
No, that's not it. Now I actually have to look it up. I blanked.
It's not Soldier Boy. Yes, Soldier Boy. Thank you very much. So I love this episode because Soldier Boy's back. It's cool seeing, isn't it Jensen Ackles? Is that?
Oh yeah,
that's his name, right?
Yeah.
It's cool seeing him
My wife
in this
loves him,
in this totally different role with the beard and stuff. I think he's playing it really cool. What I like about it is, and there are spoilers. You get to see, Homelander scared of this dude because he's like, holy crap, this guy's as powerful as me, and the only thing basically you can't do is shoot beams and fly. So it's kind of like a really jacked out Captain America fighting Superman.
Yes.
Is what it is. Because, if Captain America and Superman really fought, it'd be over like that. Superman could just rend him limb from limb, whatever. But Soldier Boy is on the same strength level, it looks like, as Homelander. He just can't fly and doesn't have the vision.
He was the original Homelander, and they play off on that very well. He's the original. He goes, you're just a cheap knockoff.
Right.
No. So that was actually awesome. They're basically, testosteroning each other. It's great. And then you've got Butcher.
Soldier Boy.
Oh, yeah. And then you got Butcher and Huey both taking temporary V. So they both have their, and they basically triple team them. It was an awesome fight. And for the first time, you get to see Homelander bruised at the end because he flies away. He runs away.
Oh, yeah.
Homelander.
Well, he had to. They were about to kill him.
Right. It was great because he was powering up his big, we'll call it the Iron Man Unibeam, because he was like laying on him and they got him down there, and Soldier Boy's got his Unibeam like ready to blast him through. It was fantastic. And he escapes. But then when they show him at the end, he's bruised and he goes, oh, damn. So he knows there's something up. This was just a fun episode.
Well, Starlight is, not too thrilled with Huey taking the
Temp V,
Compound V, Temp V,
yep,
and getting superpowers. So there's a little rift between that lovely couple. Butcher, of course, is taking it as well, so he could actually go toe-to-toe with Homelander for a bit. That was cool. The title of the episode, more porn bots. The title of the episode was Herogasm, which I believe that was a miniseries that I think it was a 4-issue miniseries, 4 or 6-issue miniseries that came out when The Boys was coming out through Dynamite. and they were able to just kind of, get it into this one episode, and it was pretty over the top. It was basically superhero orgy. The Deep got in a little too deep with an octopus. We'll just leave it at that. And I did see, Val, you asked earlier on, what is The Boys? The Boys is the show on Amazon Prime based on Garth Ennis and Derek Robertson's book titled The Boys, which came out through Dynamite for, it's been years since it came out.
Think of it as like the Avengers, but without being squeaky clean.
No, it's Justice League.
Yeah, Justice League. Yeah. Yes, that is it. Sorry, I said Avengers. Justice League. But without being squeaky clean, and they're actually controlled by a large corporation that isn't necessarily out for everybody's goodness. And there's a group of regular guys that want to take him out because they know that these heroes are not actually good.
Right, they're bad. Oh, and then A-Train.
A-Train, exactly.
A-Train is the speedster of the group. Right, so it is Justice League. It's Homelander, Superman. You got
Mauve is
Wonder Woman. Was it Black Noir?
Black Noir is
Black
Batman.
Noir is Batman. The Deep is Aquaman. A-Train's the Flash. Starlight. They brought in. I don't know what you would relate to her as.
I think of her more as Power Girl, but she's not quite the same.
Yeah, not quite the same. But anyhow, so A-Train has this beef to pick with this other hero whose name is...
Don't worry about the name.
Don't worry about the name. There's another hero that's basically a racist, and the part of New Jersey he patrols is mostly black part, population-wise, and the dude's just a racist. And he ends up hurting A-Train's brother, so A-Train is out for revenge. Once again, spoiler alert, this was awesome. A-Train grabs him by the ankle and runs.
But he's not supposed to run.
Right, he's not supposed to run.
He can't use his superpower because his heart's ready to fail, and he has not been using it.
Right. So A-Train grabs this dude by his ankle. The guy's face down on the concrete and just runs. And just imagine if you're face down on concrete, that amount of friction going that fast. And when A-Train finally stops...
For miles.
Yeah, for miles. And when A-Train finally stops, it's just a red streak over the pavement. The whole front of the guy is all just torn up and just gory as hell. And then A-Train, the show ends with A-Train dropping to the ground because of his heart. So you don't know if he dies or not. So
he lays there, he's like, ugh.
Well, you can
like Red Fox.
Can't you even hear the beating?
It's the big one.
It's the big one.
It's the big one.
But didn't they even do the beating?
Oh yeah, you heard the beating. It was like bump, 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 and he's laying there, and then there's silence. So we don't know if it cut off or if his heart stopped, but we'll find out.
Right, Soldier Boy is Captain America, and I don't know if they're kind of doing that because Soldier Boy's already taken out. Soldier Boy was basically set up by his teammates in World War II, and everybody thought he was dead.
They turned him over to the Russians.
Yeah, they turned him over to the Russians,
subplot, which is interesting.
Right, and the Russians do all these tests on him to see, how invulnerable he is and stuff. Anyhow, he's still alive. He comes back, and he knows that he was set up, so he's going back to basically kill his old teammates, which is pretty entertaining as well. I mean, we didn't spoil a lot in the episode because you should definitely watch it. If you haven't watched any of the boys, it's 8 episodes a season. Go back to season 1. You got time, and definitely watch it. It's a fun show.
Yeah, because they have the twins, which was cool because they're almost kind of like the Wonder Twins, but with actual powers.
Right.
They actually, slap hands, and then they
basically
dynamite, TNT. They shoot electricity and stuff on there. So this show has heart. It's got gore. It's got some comedy. It's got everything.
Yeah, it's got everything.
I love all the actors. There's nobody that's in there that I go, oh yeah, I don't think he's right. I think they've nailed all the casting. This episode was absolutely fantastic. It was a breath of fresh air after watching Obi-Wan.
Yeah, I give it a solid 8.5.
And I'm giving it a 9.4.
Ooh,
I thought it
9.4.
was fantastic. So much so that I really can't wait for the final couple of episodes to finish off.
Well, it'd be interesting to see what they do, because the whole point of the episode is to kill Homelander. And let's be real. I'm pretty sure there's already been news of season 4. In fact, I know there has, because I saw a tweet, which was a box with the 9 main actors, and they were all holding up 4. So there's a season 4. Homelander's not going to die. So maybe they do the hero turn for real with the guy. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I'm seeing porn bots. We're going to call it a day, get some dinner because I'm hungry. Thank you guys for joining us once again. We love you guys.
2 things. Make sure if you're just joining us, go back and we've got it pinned. Groken 2, go back Kenneth's comic book. It's fantastic. And if you're new to the channel, we have it pinned up above. If you're new to the DNA channel, hit the subscription button. We'll pop it right down in the description here again. Join us because we'll do some shows on ours. I'll be on Andy's, but that way you guys will be available when we do it anywhere.
That's right. We bounce around. So if you're watching it right now on my channel, like Dennis said, subscribe to the Dennis and Andy Show channel. And if you're watching it on the Dennis and Andy Show and you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, subscribe to my channel.
That's right. We work that way.
That's right. And we'll catch you guys next time.
Live long and prosper.
Bye-bye, everybody.